We try to make plans. We try to predict what will happen. We try to figure out what we need to do to make things go well. And in the end, it just ends up getting in our way. Somehow it seems to make things harder. This practice of prediction is easy to fall into. We try to guess what will happen. We try to figure out what will be, and we get distracted in the imagination of possibility and the guesses of what might come. And we spend a lot of time and effort on it, even though things rarely end up as we expect. It's as if we think we know how a tree will grow, every leaf, every twig, every branch, by simply looking at the seed. And then somehow we're surprised when things turn out unexpectedly. Of course, this all makes sense. We want the world to feel like a safe place. We want things to be predictable. We want things to be comfortable for ourselves and everyone around us. We want things to go well, but it gets in our way more than we realize. I'm in my garden today, just enjoying the sun, the song of the birds around me, hanging out with my tomatoes and my grapes. It brings me into the experience of this moment, right here where I am right now. You can probably hear the birds in the background, I hope. This isn't how I originally planned out the garden. Originally, there was no fence here behind me. But the first year we had chickens, they came through and ate everything in the garden. After months of preparation and watering and getting everything to grow just right. And so I built the fence to keep them out. And now, grapevines hang over the fence. And I have to say, the grapevines are actually my favorite part. I think they're beautiful. They give us good grapes, too. But they wouldn't be here if the chickens hadn't discovered and eaten the entire garden. And I think about the progression of the garden. I think about from that first garden to the fence to the grapes to now. And so much of that was unplanned. So much of it just was how things went. And I don't think I would have ended up with it looking just the way it looks right now without each of those steps. Beautiful, perfect, but not exactly the way I had expected things to go. I mentioned earlier about how our attempts at planning, our attempts at prediction get in our way. And it's true, they do. Because when we get stuck in our plans and things turn out differently than we had expected, we find ourselves outside of the present moment. We find ourselves not accepting reality. We find ourselves caught between our imagination and the way things actually are, because what we anticipated did not come true. And if we were to pause, if we were to look at those moments from an outside perspective, we would look odd. It'd be like a gardener upset after finding weeds in their garden, as if they somehow expected none, forgetting that weeds always come. But we can accept how things actually are, because when we're present in the moment we're in, when we have a clear understanding, we can see, not through a lens of wishing and hoping, not through frustration and disappointment, but instead we can see what's right in front of us without illusion. And I can think back and wonder, what if I had given up on gardening? What if I had given up on chickens? Now I have both, and grapes. I have squirrels jumping around in the tree above me. Oh boy. So today you might begin to welcome the opportunity in unpredictability. You might begin to welcome the freedom in the infinite possibilities ahead of you without the need to guess, without the need to plan or predict. Simply accept what is. To be present right here, right now, just where you're at, and consider what seeds have yet to bloom in your life. Even if you worry they might all be weeds, you might still think about how you would encourage them to grow. The seed never sees the flower, yet its blossom blooms just as beautifully nonetheless.